this is Chris and Jason with the Practical Hunters. How you guys doing today? I know we're excited. We're getting ready to go out for a hunt, and we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Killer Instinct Crossbows and their great customer service that they have provided us. Jason, you want to start?
Well, Chris was shooting last week, and he shot, and I guess the plastic mold was bad. Maybe got an air bubble in or something. It's very common with plastic products, as you guys all know. You see it in dust pans, the old Sizzler race car tracks for Hot Wheels, stuff like that. And what happened is one side of it just kind of came off. It's not anything Killer Instinct did wrong or anything like that. It's just sometimes air gets in the line and hits bad mold. It can happen to anything. So anyway, Chris was just a little bummed out, so he went in and he called Killer Instinct. And I can't remember the girl's name he got on the phone, and Chris talked to her, and this is what she said.
It was Jessica, I think was her name, and she was fantastic. She got there on the phone with me. She was super polite. She made sure to let me know that, hey, we're going to send you a new stock immediately. We want you to send the old stock back. I just got the new stock in the mail today. I haven't been able to put it on, but I'm still going to hunt. And it was great. I mean,
not even a week, baby.
No, not even a week. And I mean, she was just super duper polite to me. And we had a prior experience with her as well. This crossbow here had a limb that had just separated, and we knew that that was a common cause in the early crossbows that they had. And we also, again, called Killer Instinct. What was it? About a week and a half? And you had your new limb?
No, it wasn't even, I don't even think it was a week for the limb, but we had to take it to their servicer all the way down in Bonne Terre, was that it?
Yeah, it was Bonne Terre.
Bonne Terre. And they went ahead, they had it fixed up, and no time, a week later, that wasn't even a week later, we went down there and got it. And we were able to hunt again. We put the limb back on. I think I was like 9 clicks out of dead center. I mean, these bows, if something happens, unless you knock the scope off, they stay pretty dead on. It's almost like changing rifle barrels on scopes.
Well, that and their limited lifetime warranty that they have covers the stock, it covers the limbs, the risers I think are also covered. I believe they cover the arrow retainers, but they're really cheap actually to buy, so that is amazing and awesome. And I don't think they cover the trigger either, but at the same time, what they do cover and what they do back, they do it with a great customer service. It is fantastic to have that.
They are very polite, very humble people. When you talk to them, they're not talking down to you. They're talking with you on one-on-one. And I tell you what, when we talked to them, it felt like they felt our pain. So as far as becoming a #1 crossbow seller, I think they're on the verge of becoming there. When we shoot their bows, they're quiet. I had a deer earlier this year I shot, hit a little far forward, rarely happens with me. I hit a branch going out, it was so close the deer was going to end up looking up at me, and I had to shoot through 2 branches. Usually I make this shot 9 out of 10 times. I had a crosswind that day. It didn't happen, but the shot was only 12 yards, but in that 12 yards I hit that branch, and it happens, and I felt terrible for it. We looked for the deer that night.
And the next morning.
But we got the camera the next morning, so we didn't get the footage, so we didn't put it up on our site. We're learning as we go. That's why we call ourselves the Practical Hunters. We're starting with practically anything, so we get going on YouTube and hopefully get monetized with you folks' help. We're going to try and bring you great coverage. Anything that looks terrible on video, we dump, but we are just people just like you. Later today, we have one of our interns going out. His name is Jordan Linky, and he's going out with one of the pro staff members, Chris, and they're going out with my other son, Britt, which is going to be doing a little videotaping for Chris. But he's just going to be using a GoPro tonight because most of the deer in the evening are coming to the stand Jordan's hunt out of. He's going to use a hunting arm, and they're coming to my stand. I got to be here. My relatives coming to visit me. So I got to be here, but they're set up and ready to go. So in a few minutes, we're gonna interview these guys together. But as far as Killer Instinct goes, all I'm saying is great customer service. Thank you very much for being humble, and
yes.
welcome to our family.
Well, that, and I also want to point out that Killer Instinct as price to performance is freaking amazing. I love it. You cannot beat their price to performance in their crossbows. And the big thing about their company is they are created by hunters for hunters. I actually was reading their articles, and they stand behind hunting 100%, and they stand behind their product and want good product out there for everybody.
They do. And like I said, the girls are real nice. Girls, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we appreciate it. So this is going to wrap this little bitty portion up, and then I'm going to introduce you to Jordan, and they're going to talk about what's coming to the stand. The stand you're seeing tonight, folks, is the one and only first video we put up. 16 different bucks coming to one stand. Enjoy it. It's hammer time. Backstrap, baby.
Welcome back. It's Chris and Jordan with the Practical Hunters. We're going to be sitting here talking to you guys about the stands that we're about to go out to. We're also going to be talking about the fact that Jordan has fallen in love with these Killer Instinct crossbows, and he's planning on buying one. This will be the fourth one that we're buying. We love these crossbows. They're wonderful. The Burner 415 has not let us down yet. Also, I wanted to talk about real quick, something I forgot to mention while Jason was sitting here with me, is the fact that I bought the Lumex Speed Ring scope from Killer Instinct, and I've got nothing but positive reviews on that. It is a fantastic scope. It sights in really easily. It's half MOA, and it is one of the most clear pictures I have ever gotten out of a scope. But going into the stands, we're about to go into Jason's stand and my stand. Jordan will be hunting out of Jason's. I'll be hunting out of mine. Jason's stand is the one you guys got to see that had 16 different bucks on camera and a bunch of different does. You also had that crack cocaine buck, which was pretty funny. We were dying laughing at that one.
That was hilarious.
It was hilarious. That deer was just going.
Nowhere bucking.
But I remember last year when we started hunting this place, Jason and I had bought the lease, and the first time I got to hunt was actually out of Jason's stand. And it was really fun. It's a great location. It's sitting right there on a cedar tree, and there is a nice field off in front, and then you've got one off to the left as well. And it's so beautiful to look at and be up there. The property is really nice. It hasn't been hunted heavily in what, about 60 years? About 60 years. But then we're also going to be filming out of my stand. My cousin's going to be with me, Britton, and he's going to be sitting with me, taking the film, and all I've got is just a range across. I can see left and right pretty well. And Jordan, how do you feel about going out to hunt this property for the first time?
Feel like we're having some good luck tonight.
I'm hoping you do, man.
Hopefully get something pretty decent tonight coming into the stand. From looking on the video on the 16 bucks and stuff coming in, there's decent movement around that stand, so
Oh, there's a
hopefully we'll
lot
have
of
some
movement.
decent luck tonight with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement on that stand. Do you feel pretty comfortable with that left and front?
Yeah, I do actually. And with where it's at, the way I'm shooting the bow, I've got a really good feeling I'm gonna hit something tonight.
Yeah, you're pretty well dialed in, aren't you?
Yeah, hitting pretty comfortable pattern with it.
Yeah, I mean, today we were shooting just to make sure we're sighted in, we're ready to go. None of the scopes got bumped. Jordan was shooting groups, I mean, literally about this size. It was fantastic. And he was just shooting a little high, but
a little up high to the left.
yeah,
But still in the
something to easily adjust for out in the field. So, now that you get a hunt, this is what, 10 years since you got to hunt last?
Pretty close to that.
How does it feel going out here? Are you still nervous, or?
A little bit, but I got a good feeling about it tonight. I'm gonna have pretty good luck out there.
You got any thoughts that go through your mind when you sit there and you're actually shooting? Like what goes through your mind? This is something I know a lot of people, they have a different rhythm.
Everything, all stress and everything, it's just out of my head.
You go through the same, like, do I have the safety off?
Yep.
Easy on the trigger, aim my cant in the bow.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure I'm pretty steady and everything else.
I know that's something I always focus on for sure as well. And that breathing,
safety.
man. Yeah, that's safety.
Yep.
Making sure that you turn that thing off quietly. I know.
But making sure you're safe up in the stands too.
Yes, please make sure. If you guys are out hunting as well, make sure you are safe out in those stands. I don't like to go out by myself personally. I don't know how Jordan feels about it, but
I feel pretty comfortable with a stand I'm gonna be hunting in.
But you don't ever like to go out by yourself, do you?
Not many times, but I know you guys are gonna be right down the field for me. So
Right.
if something happens, I got you guys.
Exactly. And that's another big thing, guys, is like even if you're not hunting with somebody in the same stand, always make sure that you've got somebody with you for the safety factor.
Yes, and always make sure you guys got your cell phone charged just in case you need to call for an emergency or anything.
Right, definitely. That and the location turned on is really helpful too. You know, again, we're out here hunting. We don't know what can happen. Hopefully tonight, though, we get some big bucks on camera. I would love to see that, or a nice fat
sized doe.
Yeah. A nice fat doe would be great. It would be wonderful.
It'd
But
be pretty amazing tonight.
hopefully all goes well. I'm planning to have fun. I know you're planning to have fun. Hopefully we're
It's gonna be an
playing some
amazing
gear.
time.
Well, this is the Practical Hunters. I'm Chris,
I'm Jordan.
and it's nice to see you guys. We'll be catching you guys later. Have a good one.
And I'm Jason.